Wait, what? Well, that's my ship now. That just made it better. Ew. Why in God's name does she want you? Then again, there are some book talk girlies who might like the fucking arachnid thing coming out of his mouth, so you know what? Who am I to judge, I suppose? The other girls were all over him without seeing him be a murderer. The fact that he attempted to kill her and she has the hots for him, now he's like, wait a second, this might be my woman. So is it going to be a case of like, these women just never work out, so then they have to die and he has to get a new one? Or does he just end up with a Rentro level harem? That's my question. He keeps trying, but the women just don't want him. That's deeply unfortunate. So the goal is basically, I'm gonna help you get married. Eventually they'll probably actually fall in love with each of them, but she'll help find multiple partners and options. What the fuck? What? Oh shit. How'd we do that? Quite the plot twist. But that's still the main ship if you ask me. Man, the animation cooking though. Oh, that is fucking sick. Yo, I can't tell. Are we getting like fucking ultimate boys love? Or are we getting a fucking misdirect cross-dress? And what the fuck is going on? You know, whether or not they're being honest, indeed, Kinosaki is actually a dude. The answer is still the same. Would. Sometimes it takes a real man to be best girl. Saw someone say my new favorite gender is Kinosaki. I agree. Now, those are some of my highlights. Want his full live reaction to this episode and more, head on over to Patreon. But Marriagetoxin was a show that I knew of when going over the chart, but I said, we don't need to watch it. No one's going to really care. And to be honest, this was one of the more like, oh my god, you really should check this out when it drops, right? And I said, fuck it, we roll, right? Like, why not? And my idea of this show, from my understanding, was, dude, you're gonna have like a lot of multiple love interests, just trying to find love, toxic ass world, different waifu per arc. Like, that was my interpretation. I wasn't sure if we're getting a Rentaro situation where he was just gonna have a bajillion wives, or each woman just wasn't gonna work out, right? I got that, more or less. But then they dropped the Kinosaki thing. So my initial assumption when we go to kill her, right? Because that's the thing, is our boy comes from a poison clan, so you are the art of killing people. You don't want this bloodline to continue. You and your sister make an agreement. I ain't gonna get married. I ain't gonna have kids. You're gay, so as long as you don't adopt or anything like that, we can just assume the bloodline stops. But grandma has other ideas. So basically, the sister had the option of either willingly becoming pregnant, or they would force her to become pregnant to keep the bloodline going. So Buddy's realizing that, you know, since he cares about his family, he's going to have to, you know, make a family for himself if he wants to protect his sister, and so she doesn't have to break up with her girlfriend and the like. So the concept of him legitimately falling in love with this, who we thought was a woman, I'm still thinking, and I'm not thinking because I'm like, God, I can't ship these two if they're not hetero. No, I'm just truly unsure. And I don't want spoilers. I will discover this, and I will trust it when the time is right. But right now, all I know is it takes a real man to be best girl sometimes, and if Kinosaki can truly switch to be man or woman that flawlessly, like, them tits looked real. I mean, boy can have every fantasy he wants fulfilled. Don't cower it out, you little bitch. But it's so interesting, right? Because this is a man who goes out of his way to kill people that he deems morally unjust. Not because of like, oh, I'm trying to cleanse the world. He only picks up jobs that are objectively scummy people so he can sleep at night. That's a really interesting character motivation. And it's really funny because this man wants nothing other than to just simply have love. To have that shoujo kind of manga romance where his woman lusts after him, he cares for her, she cares for him. That's all he wants. And you know what? Before the show's over, I bet he's going to venture into the boys' love, if you catch my drift. I'm still not exactly sure what he injected himself with, because it's some sort of toxin, obviously. But bro was moving at such speeds that he was able to attach himself to the ceiling with a girl, attach a gas mask, and knock everyone out all in one go. His clan is clearly built different, and I think in terms of how he's fearful of his family tree, probably understandable why he didn't want the bloodline to continue. To be honest, if grandma trusts in the fact that he is going to get a marriage partner himself, she might just like kick the bucket before he does, and then therefore we could just like not continue the bloodline. But I am interested in like what they're going to do with this, because is actually a very, man, I don't even know how I want to describe it. It's almost like a rom-com in a way, with like clearly how they're going to go about the multiple pairings and how things might happen, but it's also kind of an action series. It's very unique. I also thought the production was actually really good too. Like the general look and movement of the show, it doesn't quite feel like a 2020s anime. And I'm not saying because it feels dated, but just like when you look at any random poster on a live chart, Annie chart, whatever, right? There's certain shows that a majority of which will be like, oh, they're modern looking anime. They just have the typical art style, the typical character models, production values, whatever. Where with Marriagetoxin, I don't know. It feels like something, I mean, I'm currently watching Blood Blockade Battlefront over on Patreon, and that's the type of show that I feel like Marriagetoxin would be airing next to. You know what I mean? It's just, it has a unique look to it, and the animation when it does cook with the Sakuga, whether it's bullets raining down or at the very end of the episode when he cuts a car in half, because why the fuck not? Like seriously, bro jumped over a moving car moving at highway speeds and used his dissolving cleaner to split a car clean in two, saving his future wife to be as everyone else falls to their death. This show's metal as hell. When you hear Bones is working on something, right? I'm expecting some good things. But I didn't dive too much into the details. I really was like, I took a quick glimpse at this. I said, hey, this could look fun, but, you know, it's not going to really have eyes. And to be honest, it probably won't have eyes this season. I think it will get heavily slept on. But I do feel like it has a decent following based on the number of requests I have. But even if this falls off, I don't know, this is one that I feel like I just got to keep watching until it bores me. And will it bore me? I don't think so, because in a way, episode 1 felt like at least 2, maybe even 3 episodes worth of content. Not in the way that it's rushed, right? Like sometimes you have those shows like, damn, they really just fucking flew by. But it's more of like, by the time we finish speed dating, that felt like the end of the first episode. And then we had the aftermath of speed dating, which he aggressively cleans, because what else is he going to put his energy into? And then it becomes the kidnapping plot line and then the rescue little... I don't know. It's just so different. It really could have been airing alongside Kekai Sensei, if we're being 100% real. I'm fucking with it. I mean, will this one pop off? I don't know. It's weird enough and different enough. It has potential. I'm sure there'll be some interesting comments. I swear to God, if he's actually a guy and they ship... Listen, I swear some of you guys need some more boys love in your life. Summer Hikaru died. Go watch it and get cultured. Anyway, this was a fucking fantastic premiere. I'm very glad it does air early in the week. If this aired on the weekend, the show would get buried for sure. I feel like Tuesdays are an appropriate day for the show to air. But that's just my thoughts. You can let me know your thoughts down below, especially for Sorcerer. Just how did you enjoy the adaptation? Because this is probably one of the 3 shows that had the most, like, you should really check this out when it drops. Like, this was, unironically, one of the bigger requests I had. I don't think it will succeed for videos, but it is one of the shows that had the most requests. I'd love to know from source readers or anime onlys what you thought of the first episode. You loving it as much as me? Different thoughts? Let me know. Drop a like, share, support those, subscribe, ring that bell, and Patreon. Full live reactions, of course, will live over there no matter what, and other exclusives, because, you know, I got to give those video shows to my patrons, because without them, you won't get the YouTube videos at all. All right, so today we got Luke Aldwin, Artrista, Sontiri, Stotts21, Enricre, Tsukiyomi, Crowvile, Mecha, Dripolo, and we also have Erican Folius. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.